Sucked in, Don.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Thank you. Of course. Congrats to the champ. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Takeshita gave Don his seat now. Look at that.
Kyle, we'll start things with you.
Of course.
This was a massive night for you. This felt like this was your coming out party tonight. I mean, you and Will Ospreay, do you feel like this was you really planting your flag?
Oh, of course. I think I knew that coming into it. I think I've felt like this match was a very long time coming for me. Felt like it had a lot of build up for me in my own head. Me and Don obviously had this conversation beforehand, but the fact that I did it on my own, did it my way, I think that's the biggest mark of it all, you know. And yeah, we got the job done like we would.
All right, we'll take some questions for, I guess, all members of the Don Callis family.
I'm here from the Bleep Network. A big night for the Don Callis family. What's next for you guys? So you guys can go for the tag titles?
Well, here's the thing. There's never been an assembly of talent in this company, Tony Khan, with all due respect, a company with great talent. There's never been anything like what we've got going on. You talk about Takeshita, who may be the best bell-to-bell wrestler on the planet, and the international title tells you that that's what he is. Kyle Fletcher set the world on fire tonight. He beat the guy that everyone said was a phenomenon, that everyone said is a phenomenon, and he is. I managed Will Ospreay, I know, but what Kyle did tonight is unprecedented. And then you talk about Lance Archer and Brian Cage, and the potential there is enormous. We are going to start squashing tag teams. He is going to show everybody that he is exactly what I just said. He is the best bell-to-bell wrestler in the world. And Kyle Fletcher is the future of professional wrestling, without a doubt a future world champion, as is Takeshita. The biggest challenge I have, Tony Khan, is figuring out how to keep both of these dogs happy.
Hi, Kate from Fightful. Kind of a two-parter, if I can be greedy. Kyle, I've seen your rise since coming in here. Obviously, with Mark Davis's injury, things got a little bit stilted. Saw your ROH title run, and then today, the crowd was just chanting AEW, fight forever. To see you rise through and kind of capture the spirit of AEW, what did that mean to you tonight? And Don, what did you see in Kyle Fletcher that you knew that you wanted to target him to be a part of the Don Callis family? Thanks.
I mean, I'll go first if that's okay with you, Don. Sure. For me, I think the fact that I came into AEW when I did means that I kind of got to watch the early days from afar. And watching from afar, I feel like it gave me kind of a different appreciation for it before coming in. Not to say I wouldn't have loved to be a part of it back then, but I think the way that things happen for a reason. I think I came in at the right time for me. I came in almost, I don't want to say unknown, obviously my work in New Japan, but to a large majority of the audience maybe unknown. And tonight, in every single aspect, felt like the coming out party for me. And the fact that I can now say that I embody the spirit of AEW, I mean, yeah, it's just icing on the cake for me, really. It feels really cool.
To answer your question, I pride myself on not just being able to see the talent right in front of me, but the talent that's going to be talent down the line. I think, Tony, you've experienced that not just in wrestling, but in football, in soccer, of course. You got to have a prescient nature about yourself to see it. Now, me personally, I've never cared much for children. I've never wanted to have kids. I find kids annoying because what children do is they ultimately
Quote that, everyone. That's the headline from this press.
They ultimately disappoint you. I had that experience with Kenny. I took Kenny like a son, and he was a colossal disappointment, mentally weak, pathetic. But now what I've got is I feel like I've got two sons here, if I can use that term. And if I did have to have children, I would want them to be exactly like these two. Because you can be proud, if you're a wrestling fan, of Konosuke Takeshita and of Kyle Fletcher.
Yes, DDM from Black Wrestling Podcast. So Kyle, the match was a banger. We knew that was going to happen. But what I want to talk about is something a lot of people don't pay attention to in the IWC is your presentation. So working with Don Callis, How has that influenced your overall feel? Because you came out the ring, you looked like a superstar, everything was great. You're in this seat looking fabulous. Okay, how has that influenced?
We honestly, we didn't even plan on matching today, by the way. Just pointing that out.
How did that influence this coming out party, this kind of reintroduction and rebirth? Like, how is that making you feel in ring and outside of the ring?
Sure. I think any time that you have someone as knowledgeable as Don Callis by your side, it just elevates your game to another level. Because every time I'm coming back to the curb, we have a conversation. Every time, right before I go out the curb, we have a conversation. And there's just things that he will pick up that I would never even thought of. And I think having someone like that is so valuable. And in regards to my rebirth, whatever you want to call it, it really feels like I'm getting to it. To me, the biggest thing is confidence. I now have this confidence that maybe I didn't have in the past, and that allows me to bring more of myself out because I'm in there and I feel it, because that's me. You're seeing me. And that's, I think, the coolest part, and I think Don has played a very big role. For sure.
Thank you. I'd just like to add one thing, that it is amazing, but it's also equally amazing the transformation of Takeshita. When you look at Takeshita, not just he beat up Ricochet tonight. Takeshita, do you have anything to say for your Japanese and American fans quickly here?
Yeah. Omar Ryokyo. Kyle had a big winning tonight, and I defended this title tonight too. That means the Don Callis family era has begun. You know.
Well said. Oh, very well said. I, of course, understand and am fluent in Japanese. I know most of you are not, so thank you for speaking English to these people.
We'll just take one more question for the Don Callis family.
Jordan Colson at Max World of Wrestling. Gentlemen, Renee, how you doing? Kyle, now that it's clear, abundantly clear, that you are a superior being in every way to Will Ospreay, is there any chance that you could ever reconcile in the near future? Giving a lineage of your relationship, if he admitted that you were a superior being in every way, could you ever mend?
How is that clear? How is it clear he's a superior being to Will Ospreay?
Because he was dominant in victory, Tony.
Bigger, stronger, faster, better looking. Some people, Tony, think he's starting to look more like me now with his shaved head.
Great match. But to say it's clear he's a superior human being, I mean, I don't know. Will Ospreay's a pretty special human, Kyle. It's a great match, great win.
Get a load of this guy, huh? Wants to put over his boy still. I gotta commend it. Whether or not we reconcile, I think there has to be something very profound that needs to happen. I think, like you said, if maybe Will Ospreay turned around and said, hey, look, you are so much better than me. I love every single thing about you. I kiss the ground that you walk on. Hey, maybe
Then he'd be just like all of them.
Hey.
Because here's the thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to share this with you. This is my last comment, boss. Here's the deal. Friends are overrated. Friends and family make you mentally weak. You have to be focused on being Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay, that friendship, I can buy you all the friends you need if that's something you need. We don't need blood-sucking wood ticks like Will Ospreay to take the shine off of us. So friends are for marks. No offense.
Period.
Thank you guys so much.